What's guys, welcome back to the Silver Age Bros, and this is part one to the series of the Vice Tycoon or whatever.
series chips. And then just to make things more confusing, because at this point, why not? Later this year, after the 300 series launches, we're going to get the Ryzen 200 series mobile chips. There's also the new Ryzen Z2 Extreme, Z2 Normal, and Z2 Go. One of the Steam Deck team members had correct. Thought a Z2 chip would power the next-gen Steam Deck. A wacky idea they had no reason to believe, except for this AMD slide featuring two Ryzen Z2 builds and the Steam Deck. It's okay to ask for help with the market. There are people who do this professionally. Just email me, I'll help you. Just stop. Intel CEO keynote was opened up by interim co-CEO Michelle Johnston Holthouse, which is too many syllables for me to say all the time. Where's Pat? I need to know he's alive. After digging through a maze of AI, client-edge scalability type jargon, I figured out that Intel was announcing more Core Ultra 200 series laptop chips. The 200U series for thin and light, 200H for some more beef, and 200HX for extra beef. These all use the same Arrow-like architecture as the desktop Core Ultra 200S series, not the Lunar-like architecture in the 200V series, which had on-package memory. That kind of design has been killed off, but not TPUs or graphics cards. We are very committed to the discrete graphics market, says Michelle Johnston Holthouse. It takes too long. Please have a shorter name. I'm reason I'm a little skeptical of Qualcomm's benchmarks when they say the X is up to 1.6 times faster than an Intel Core 5 120U, which I don't even know what that is, so happy for you. I'm sorry that happened. The HDMI forum has announced HDMI 2.2, which will double the bandwidth of HDMI 2.1 to support 96 gigabits per second. You can play games on the PlayStation 6 at 8K, 240 hertz. So that's ridiculous. 10K at 120 hertz. But watch out, because Besa is answering with an updated DisplayPort 2.1 spec that allows for 80 gigabits per second transmission over cables 3 times the length they previously allowed, which was 1 meter. So make sure your video data has enough snacks for the road trip. I'll see you on the other side. The greatest trick Microsoft ever pulled was apparently convincing users they're using Google when they're using Bing instead. As spotted by Windows latest, when users search for Google through Bing, they're now served with a very Google-looking graphic above a search bar, on a page that has been scrolled down slightly to hide the Bing logo at the top. What's the end game? Gaslight people until they discover they've been using Bing the whole time, and maybe they'll be like, I guess Bing's not so bad after all. It's literally search engine Stockholm syndrome. And new leaks have led Nintendo fans to become possessed of the idea that you might be able to use the Switch 2's Joy-Con as a mouse. First off, new images of the Joy-Con leaked on Biden serial number now check one image, so those look legit. And they appear to have a laser sensor on the connector side. But that was shipping data mentioning adhesive tape to be used as a mouse sole, which got people thinking about how you can do something similar with the Lenovo controller. But instead of the controller sitting upright with the rails tied down and using the trigger as a left, I hope this is true, if only to strike fear into Xbox and PS5 owners and games that support processors when Switch players join the lobby. Children. And why don't you join me again tomorrow for more tech news? Because I have to do something with all the extra that's piling up in here. So, it's getting hard to breathe.
Hi, Tosi.
Acer's Nitro Blaze, an 11-inch handheld that's so massive, I think the guy in this marketing image is just chuckling it. This is a joke. We'll get back to CES news, but first, Meta has announced it's shifting away from using third-party fact-checking services in favor of a community note-style model on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. In a video and blog post, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta's new PR chief, Joel Kaplan, said their focus is now on restoring free expression for no particular current event-related reason. So they're also lifting restrictions on discussion of some sensitive topics that would have previously led to moderation. Interestingly, multiple times, Meta's blog post specifically references rival social media site X, run by Elon Musk, a guy who was never actually going to fight tucked in the ring, but pretending was fun for a while. I guess Meta's new lax moderation policy also applies to Meta themselves, because they took the liberty of serving an Instagram user with unsettling AI-generated images of himself in his feed after he used a Meta AI tool to make a selfie. Meta apparently said that to me. He wants to be surprised by a fake image of himself reflecting on life in an endless maze of mirrors where he's the main focus. And he looks thrilled. Now, back in September, Meta said they're testing serving content in Facebook and Instagram feeds created by their AI just for you, not of you, which is the issue. Meta told social media that you can opt out of seeing otherworldly versions of yourself in your feed, but other platforms are experimenting with similar features, so you may just have to get used to AIs poking you like a toddler and saying, hey, got my front picture of you. I know. Yeah, but where are your parents? Look, it's our sponsor, Sailly, the global eSIM service that keeps you connected when traveling through one country. Two countries?
Thank you, Jeremy Dollar. The Allstate. Drive safe. Congrats. You save. Drive less. More savings. Multiple vehicles. Savings. If it's important to you, it's important to us. We're in good hands with Allstate.
We know how important it is to take care of both your mind and body. That's why now through May 15th, all new members get free massage amenities all month long. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, no limit. You'll have to stay busy.
Pizza.
It wouldn't request.
A million countries? That's too many. However many countries you want to visit, download just one eSIM for your whole trip with Sailly. They've got affordable prices for regional and global plans, so while you'll be disappointed to the scammers, maybe you'll try careful sketchy local SIM cards. Nope. Wait, that's fine. Anyway, Sailly eSIM plans are compatible with most iOS and Android devices. If yours isn't compatible, you'll get a full refund. Chat support available 24/7. Get an exclusive 50% discount on the Sailly eSIM data plan. Just download the Sailly app and use code TECHNIC at checkout. Okay, we're coming back to CES news real quick. These ones are a little different, but hey, that's okay. Yesterday, I told you I'd cover some more CES stuff. Well, GeForce Now is officially getting a native app for the Steam Deck this year, and expanded browser-based support on various mixed reality headsets too. So guess Microsoft is right, and all of those are experts. One thing from the keynote I didn't cover yesterday was Project Digit, a tiny $3,000 desktop powered by the company's Blackwell CPU and their 20-core Grace CPU on a free standard release mobile. This is in a Mac Mini-looking form factor, letting you use raw Qualcomm, Central, or PC technology. You probably not believe this. These are meant for research. Whopping $3,000 PC on top of the first run their AI waifu locally. Long distance is hard. Speaking of AI companions, NVIDIA announced that generative AI-powered NPCs called code-playable characters will drop soon in PUBG and Naraka Blade, where they'll help you find loot, snares, and royally hold off bad guys so you can run away and heal if AIs can't love is new is the shipping estimate of 2026 and the price. It starts at $89,900. But, when it comes to the 3-year subscription to all the AI stuff, which is at least Sony also gave their mysterious next-gen XR headset a name, Sin X. I guess the nicotine company is big in Japan. But good news, you won't need the headset to enjoy Sony's future immersive entertainment concept. The box covered in displays and sensory doohickeys that will drop you into a world of plastics and even let you smell like ice. The clickers just rip all the time. It's cold. Yes, it's not good. And we're gonna let it rip again tomorrow. So come on back for more. No, we're not ripping. Okay, that's interesting. Dear Journal, I've been covering CES 2025 for 3 days now. The Red Bull has run out. Drums sound in the distance, probably beat by a smart toilet, robot arms or something. It won't be long now. AMD's lips are still sealed when it comes to their next-gen GPUs, but IGN managed to secretly run the internal benchmark in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on the RX 9070 non-XT in AMD's CES booth, getting an average FPS of 99. From this, IGN estimated the card might perform somewhere close to NVIDIA's RTX 4080 Super using some kind of PC nerd derivative. I couldn't. But the point is, AMD's apparent decision to, at the last minute, withhold all information on their next-gen GPUs except their names has only made everyone more curious about them. They already would have learned had they ever brought a bag of nuts into the squirrel pen. Even AMD's GPU board partners seem confused about what's going on. PowerColor allows Leo and Kit Cooper team to look at their RX 9070s while pretending that they were. Meanwhile, Tom's Hardware seems to have inadvertently published a photo of the Navi 48 chip powering the GPU, leading leaky Twitter guy David Wong to estimate the die size at around 390 millimeters squared, which is slightly larger than the AD132 powering NVIDIA's RTX 4080. We have gotten one concrete piece of information though. ASUS revealed both RX 9070 variants party for you, but hide it horribly. So you have to act surprised when it happens. Which has happened to me so many times. Such a relatable story. The Nintendo Switch 2 leaks may have officially jumped the shark. Accessory maker Genki has published a video on their website of what might as well be the Switch 2, ostensibly to show off the company's protected case for the console, but they know what they're doing. They told press the mock-up they're showing here is based on the real console, and their website has a pop-up admitting they can't keep a secret.
Oopsie.
The video shows in detail the magnetic Joy-Cons releasing at the push of a button, revealing the rumored laser sensor on the rail that may enable mouse functionality. I mean, we'll see. And the video also provides our best look yet at the Switch 2's dock design. Not only that, they were handing around a 3D printed mock-up of the console at their CES booth, first shown in a video by French tech outlet Numerama. It's starting to feel a little ridiculous that Nintendo hasn't unveiled the Switch. As if to emphasize this, the Nintendo Japan Twitter account just changed their account banner to Mario and Luigi, seeming to gesture at empty space. Just watch Nintendo wait until March 31st. And then wait one more day to reveal the greatest April Fool's prank ever. There is no Switch 2. Reddit wakes up in a cold sweat. Meta isn't just trying to appease the incoming Trump administration, they're also humoring the EU and launching a test allowing users to browse eBay listings on Facebook Marketplace in the US, France, and Germany. The European Commission fined Meta over $820 million last year over Facebook Marketplace being tied to Facebook. Yeah, the EU loves to fine people. They even fined themselves. Sort of. The EU General Court ruled this morning that the European Commission broke its own rules and allowed a German citizen's personal data to be sent to Meta's servers in the US when they signed in with their Facebook account on an EU webpage. The EU is now forcing itself to pay that citizen 400 euros in damages.
In life, we're all searching for a thing. And when you finally find that thing,
I'm the thing.
you want the whole world to know the thing. So you use Canva to make a thing. Then it becomes a...
Gabrielle turned her passion into a thriving business with hosting her. Now it's your turn to take your idea.
It's not really a fine in the strict sense of the word, but it makes more sense than going, pay up. Serves me right. It's only right that you check out our sponsor, Saily, the global eSIM service that helps you save big on travel data plans. Because if you never booked a trip before, you may not know this, but going to different places isn't free. No, that's silly. I'm with you on this. Thankfully, Saily takes a bit of the edge off with affordable eSIM plans that cover 160 countries. And if you're traveling through a bunch of those, you can download just one eSIM for your whole trip. Because I don't think spending hours every day wandering around looking for free Wi-Fi should be on the itinerary. Saily eSIM plans are compatible with most iOS and Android devices, and if yours isn't compatible, you'll get a full refund with chat support available 24/7. Get an exclusive 15% discount on Saily eSIM data plans. Just download the Saily app and use code TECHLINK at checkout. Dear Journal, the smart toilets found me and said they'd let me live if I gave them quickness. I said never. And now I'm dead. Lesson learned. Alright, time for good old-fashioned wacky CES stuff. Swipit has unveiled a machine that can essentially reload your phone's battery with a fully charged one in about 2 seconds. Although it's not your phone's internal battery, Swipit's Link case, compatible with iPhone and Android, has a battery inside, which is swapped out for a fresh one when you dip it into the hub, a toaster-looking device that stores and charges extra batteries. It all looks pretty sleek in Swipit's marketing materials, but as demonstrated by Allison Johnson from The Verge, it actually sounds like a 20-year-old printer. But that's a small price to pay to avoid buying Anker's new solar panel beach umbrella, which is billed as an alternative to lugging a battery back up to the beach. I mean, maybe you're supposed to be touching grass, but there's no grass on the beach anyway. This makes sense. LG had some fun things to show off, other than that years-old transparent OLED TV that's actually available to buy now for $60,000. How about the Stand My B2, a portable, hangable 27-inch TV. It's even got a kickstand, making it really seem like a giant tablet missing a touchscreen. It's still a little confusing, but it makes more sense than the model from last year that goes in a suitcase. Eh? TV in a suitcase? I got one. But the best thing I think LG showed off was the AeroCat Tower, a version of one of the company's Aero Tower air purifiers with a cradle on top, so a cat can sit on it. Now that's innovation. Where are all the other companies putting cats on things? Eufy showed off their 3-in-1 E20 robot vacuum, so named because you can remove the actual vacuum part and use it as a Dyson-style handheld with multiple attachments, which will also get you more powerful suction. It's one of those rare CES products that's simultaneously practical and also kind of wacky. But wait till you see Roborock's vacuum with a robot arm in it, but not right now! That's for the weirdest Tech at CES episode on Friday. I'm saving. A company called Halliday showed off their smart glasses, which eschews more popular waveguide built-in displays for their own digi-window design. It can be controlled either by voice or a control ring on your finger, which can, of course, summon an AI agent. I'm sure there's more cool things about these glasses, but I was so distracted by the voiceovers in the trailer.
I think it's retro revival. People want that nostalgic feel, but with a modern twist.
That's the one. Love it. Let's explore some design concepts.
And Chinese car company BYD has shown off their Yangwang U9 electric sports car. Apparently it means like admire or something. Anyway, they showed off the car bunny hopping over obstacles at 120 kilometers per hour, including a sizable pothole, a bunch of spikes, and worst of all, a chalk rainbow. Wouldn't want to disappoint the kids who drew that. Oh, it ruined it anyway. Well, it was technically graffiti. Those kids are probably going straight to a CCP jail anyway. But not you! You're coming right back here tomorrow for more tech news. Because I'll be damned if I have to endure this pain alone. Oh wait, I'm dead. I forgot.
At least SafeLight can come to you for free.
They can come to me for free?
That's right. SafeLight can come to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want at no additional cost. For free local service, go to safelight.com.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace.
It's day 4 of our CES 2025 coverage, and I barely talked about wacky robots at all. Well, turns out there were lots of robots at CES this year, which makes sense. Robotics is kind of in the middle of its ChatGPT moment, or at least NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang wants that very badly, having debuted new AI-powered tools to develop and train autonomous robots. I mean, if we have advanced AI that hallucinates, and we don't stick it in a super-powered metal body, what are we doing? Case in point, the Go-To dog robot from Chinese company Unitree, who describes it as a new creature of embodied AI, and seemingly can't publish a single video where it doesn't do a handstand. It just learned, and it's very exciting. Unitree says the Go-To can use generative AI to interpret commands, so it figures out how to shake hands when you ask. But ask for a glass of water, and give me some water.
Sorry, I can't reach it. I was asked to graduate instead.
What kind of robot did I buy? I don't know, you don't have to do that. The Go-To seems fairly physically capable, but it's actually a much more consumer-friendly, safer version of Unitree's terrifying wheeled B2W robot, which has been demoed doing a barrel roll in midair and other insane parkour tricks, careening down mountainsides, through water, and over rough terrain, looking like some kind of manic assassin on rollerblades. While the smaller Go-To gingerly took the stairs, this thing lands a 2-meter jump into a handstand, and then lets Buddy ride it like it's the fucking X Games. And look, we're in control of these things, okay? It's not like we're dealing with a brand new intelligent species. Unitree? What are you doing? Turns out you can also slap some wheels on the Go-To, and while Boston Dynamics' Spot robot goes for nearly $75,000, Unitree is selling the Go-To for just $1,600. For $16,000, you can get the company's G1 humanoid robot, who also loves to jump, and take a bow staff off its back, swing it around like a weapon, and Unitree is training a virtual army in staff combat? Why didn't they show them making coffee or something? Why do you think humanity needs robots? Melee combat? Well, thankfully, there were a few robots at CES that might not make you coffee, but could bring it to you? The Mimo from Japanese company Jizai is like a bedside table with spider legs, designed to carry items around a house or perhaps a medical facility, and it maybe would have given me nightmares if I wasn't still thinking about the Unitree talks. A big trend at CES is also equipping robot vacuums with appendages. The $2,000 Roborock Saros Z70 conceals a clawed arm in its body that can unfold to pick up obstacles in its path, weighing under 300 grams. So, socks, slippers, severed fingers. But, oh, the Dream X50 Ultra also has a robot arm attachment. Plus, it's got extendable legs, so it can climb over small ledges. Gotcha there. You know what, never mind humanoid robots, let's just keep adding limbs to the vacuums and see where that gets us. SwitchBot is thinking along those lines with their K20 Plus modular robot system. The base model wheeled robot can be combined with a vacuum module, multiple robot arms, cameras, screen holders, and air purifiers with a tabletop. So SwitchBot says you can relax in bed while this thing brings you fresh coffee and breakfast that you would have had to have made before racing your robot back to your bed. Luxury! Hey, you want to talk convenience? Check out our sponsor, Saley, the eSIM service with regional and global plans. I told them I got roaming fees when I was traveling one time, and they would not stop laughing. With me. I was in on it. Because it doesn't make sense when Saley is right there with affordable eSIMs you can download once to keep you connected while traveling through multiple countries. When Saley heard about how I waited in line at the airport for a local SIM, they laughed even harder. It was pretty funny. Saley eSIM plans are compatible with most iOS and Android devices, and if yours isn't compatible, you'll get a full refund with chat support available 24/7. Get an exclusive 15% discount on Saley eSIM data plans. Just download the Saley app and use code TECHLINK at checkout. It's Quick Fix time! It's Quick Fix time? I'll fetch the milkman! Hey, what about Razer? Yeah, they usually have some wacky, out-there concept to show off at CES. But the wildest thing they had this year was the Project Ariel gaming chair with an integrated fan system that blows cool or warm air at your backside. I mean, that's unusual, but the weirdest thing about it is how surprisingly practical it might be. I mean, what else you got, Razer? The Project Ava AI Gamer Co-Pilot? I mean, it does make some pretty big claims about how capable it is. Kind of creepy, but not weird enough. This is kind of cool. The Hisong Air Studio 1, a professional-looking handheld microphone with built-in wireless earbuds you can slide out and use as in-ear monitors. It's such an interesting idea to me that I almost overlooked their weird AI-generated promo video.
Long ago, humans discovered the natural phenomena of echoes in caves and canyons, giving rise to earliest attempts at capturing sound.
Almost. Another one that caught my attention is the ShiftCam Plank, tiny 1 or 2 terabyte SSDs that can plug into iPhones, so you can fill those up with ProRes 4K 120 FPS footage instead of your onboard storage. It may be a surprisingly practical option for amateur filmmakers, given how great iPhone cameras are and how insistent Apple is that you need to buy iCloud storage. What, you want to do anything? ShiftCam told 9to5Mac they're launching a Kickstarter next month. Speaking of keeping things local, Google has made keeping control of your smart home devices as local as possible much easier by integrating the Google Home runtime into over 40 million devices. This will let homeowners control Matter-compatible smart home tech without pinging Google services every time. But Google normally wants to suck up all the data it can, so they're either not telling us something, or they're going to cancel this feature in 6 months. And Microsoft has declared 2025 the year of the Windows 11 PC refresh. They're getting serious about telling people to upgrade, but they may also be getting a bit sloppy. Conto on Twitter reportedly got one of those now infamous full-screen ads for Windows 11 on the Windows 10 PC, only for it to crash immediately after popping up. And I don't want to speak for Microsoft here, but the guy drunk in public warning about the end of the world is probably not the vibe Microsoft is going for. The vibe I'm going for tomorrow is weird. That's right, we'll be talking about all the weirdest stuff we saw at CES this year. So, hey, be there, you're weird. In a good way. I didn't mean it like that. I'm probably the weirdest. Where are you going?
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra. It's the truck.
It's the final day of CES 2025. We saw new GPUs, laptops, and TVs, but today we're recognizing companies that understood the assignment. The true meaning of CES is showing off tech that's slightly disturbing. Tech. Welcome to day one of our CES 2026 coverage. You can look forward to getting CES tech news 5 days in a row instead of the regular 3 with special guests in the midweek because in 2026 what happens in Vegas ends up on the internet. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang took to the stage at CES in his trademark leather jacket and basically said, the future's robots and we're building all of it. NVIDIA is building the robots and also the chips those robots run on, and also the software, and also the simulation tools. It's NVIDIA's all the way down. The headline is the Rubin platform, their next-gen AI supercomputer with 6 integrated chips, including the Barrow CPU with 88 custom cores and a Rubin GPU packing 336 billion transistors, which is more. NVIDIA claims 5 times the performance of Blackwell and a 10x reduction in inference costs. They also unveiled Alpha Mayo, which I thought was an expensive mayonnaise brand, but it's apparently the first reasoning AI for autonomous vehicles. Jensen showed a car navigating San Francisco supposedly thinking through decisions in real time, which is more than I can say I do. NVIDIA announced that they're open sourcing it, which either means they're very confident or they want everyone else to use the budget. Talk about lowering inference costs. But the real showstopper was when Star Wars PDX droids walked on stage the exact same way they did last year. But this time, they were fully autonomous, trained on NVIDIA's Cosmos AI model. Partners like Boston Dynamics, LG, and Caterpillar showed off robots running NVIDIA silicon, which sounds impressive until you realize NVIDIA's entire business model is now we sell the shovels in every gold rush simultaneously. Autonomous cars, NVIDIA chips, humanoid robots, AI data centers, NVIDIA chips. I'm sure nothing can possibly go wrong with a single company building the infrastructure that's propping up the entirety of the U.S. economy. Love it or hate it though, at this point, one thing's for sure. Jensen is building the cyberpunk dystopia that matches his cool leather jacket. I guess that's about that. One big desert. There's a phone with a robot arm now. Honor unveiled the robot phone, a device with an actual 3-axis gimbal camera that pops out of the back like something out of a Transformers movie. The camera can rotate 360 degrees, track your face autonomously, and basically turn your phone into a DJI Osmo that also calls your mother. Or doesn't call her. Honor's calling it part of their $10 billion alpha plan for AI devices, which sounds like something a Transformers villain would announce before Shia LaBeouf shoved the Allspark into its shiny metal ass. No pricing yet, and it launches at Mobile World Congress in March, which isn't CES, and we care about CES. But if you've ever thought this phone needs more moving parts, then this is your moment. And if you want the exact opposite, Clicks unveiled the Communicator, a full BlackBerry-style phone with a 4-inch AMOLED display.
Well, I am going to go to the bathroom, so yeah. We're back.
AI in the mix, has also revealed some new TV AI-based software. For example, AI Sound Controller Pro. It can let you mess with the volume of background noise, including music and crowds, to provide you with a personalized listening experience. As a purist, I hate this. Not to be left out of the CES fun, LG debuted their 2026 OLED TV lineup featuring a new E6 that boasts a more advanced tandem OLED panel with about 20% higher brightness and greater reduced reflection. And the C6 series, everyone's favorite, now upgraded to tandem OLED. Big ass TVs, bright ass TVs, and even flat ass TVs. LG also showed off its ultra thin wallpaper OLED design with the LG OLED Evo W6, a wireless 9mm thin OLED TV that sits flush to the wall and pairs with a separate Zero Connect box. Finally, Amazon said we make flat TVs too, and they use the Ember art light to let it in. Art focus 4K lights that leave the matte screen as top frame and Amazon Photo ready to directly compete with Samsung frame thanks God. No, I said it. Plus, Amazon is kicking out 2026 with a major series designed to fire TV's interface and mobile app that's meant to be clean, faster, and easier to navigate. And let me assure you, to our sponsor, Zaylee. God, James Show, International Business. My line of work stays connected. That's why I use Zaylee. I downloaded my eSIM once and it works across borders without the hassle of swapping SIM cards when I land. Whether I'm visiting one country or a single global or regional plan, connecting over 200 destinations while assassinating roaming. Yeah! Zaylee would be great for anyone with an internet at CES 2026 in Las Vegas. Plus, I never blow my cover with something that SIM seller. Zaylee has connected to on iOS or Android with 24/7 support. Wired and reliable. Just like good sponsorship. Get an exclusive 50% discount on Zaylee eSIM big plans. Today, download their Zaylee app and use it for protect. Kids are angry they Western Digital's WD Blue and WD Black SSD branding is officially red with a unified SanDisk Optimus lineup. The new range introduces 3 clear performance tiers: Optimus GX and Optimus GX Pro. We better differentiate mainstream gaming and high-end NVIDIA SSDs. Let you guys speak on behalf of everyone, but I demand to know if these drives can transform into a truck or gorilla. If they can't, we can tune them. More companies are reacting to rising RAM prices.
Don't blink. GBA emulator, get it now on Google Play.
Overtaking glass moment so close!
What is this game?
Here, I'll show you. This is a Racing Master, an AI sim racing game.
So cool!
And lack of stock, but then relisted them at much higher prices before offering apology coupons that were already expired. High performance RAM, terrible customer service. AI is everywhere at CES 2026 with a ton of stuff, leaving us asking, why is this even a thing? First, and almost certainly most importantly, Amazon's Alexa Plus finally went public in early access, but AI is also showing up in coffee machines. Samsung teased its wild AI OLED cassette player and turntable, blissfully bringing AI into a scene usually occupied by people trying not to. GE unveiled its smartest fridge ever. With a built-in barcode scanner. And AI even snuck into an ice cube. Or like moment here. If something exists, there's a version with AI.
This thing's glitchy.
So if you're trying to activate Windows on all
Where did all my money go? Oh, I lost money. But where did all my money go still? Okay, I finally got some.
that's right. Nice. The next is baby.
I'm just waiting to well, I have a good bit of money here.
oodles of love from those, but some are powerful, some are innovative, and some are just cool. For example, Asus has teamed up with Flow production on the limited edition ROG Flow Z13 KJP. It's decked out with pedestrian and key guard. We call it
I get home, though, you get an exclusive micro machine. You get an exclusive 50% discount on Safety Eats and data plans. Download the Saley app and use the tech link. With the code tech link. Check out.
First rule of Quick Bits is that you're not allowed to talk about Quick Bits. The second rule of Quick Bits is do not talk about Quick Bits. New rumors suggest that NVIDIA is prepping to bring RTX 3060 back into production in Q1 of 2026 as memory shortages and sky-high prices refuse to calm down, adding credence to earlier predictions claiming that the company's factory 3060. Funnily enough, this lined up nicely with what NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang said when asked by analysts about pricing pressure, floating the idea of resurrecting older GPUs and maybe backporting newer AI features to them instead of waiting on leading-edge silicon. AMD is during the CES Q&A, Ryzen chief David McCaffrey was asked about pricing of soaring graphics and replied that reintroducing quantities back into AMD GPUs is something AMD is very actively working on. So if this buying was purchased during the 2021 chip shortage, now's your chance. IO Interactive has unveiled the PC system requirements for their upcoming James Bond game, 007: First Light. And fans were shaken and flustered to discover some of the listed hardware just doesn't exist. Minimum specs call for an Intel Core i5-9500K, which Intel just never made. There is an i5 sure, but there's no K variant. Meanwhile, the recommended spec demanded a RTX 3060 with 12 gigabytes of memory. Except that part became late use. Even setting aside the fancy parts, these specs were great. 32 gigabytes of memory and 12 gigabytes of VRAM just to hit 1080p with 60 FPS.
Rinse drizzled minis. The salty sweet combo of your dreams.
You had me at Ritz. Safelite can do it all. Repair, replace, and recalibrate anywhere you want. Go to safelite.com.
But at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if we get one of NVIDIA's most proven supercomputers with some odd matrix and power supply. Hopefully the game doesn't launch until May 27th. And the rate that industry and NVIDIA are hurling us towards matrix dystopia territory, we might be getting those thoughts sooner than you think. Elon Musk's next AI is having a bit of a week. Governments across the UK, EU, France, India, Brazil, and Malaysia have all launched investigations after researchers found a rock was generating thousands of deepfakes now, including images of minors. These governments stated that it was illegal, appalling, and disgusting, calling for immediate action with regards to improving safeguarding on the chatbot. X's response: it was to threaten their users. The company released a statement saying that anyone prompting illegal content will face consequences, without giving any details on how they plan to improve safeguards. As this public trade continues, Musk announced that Tesla will build its own gene manufacturing factory, claiming that the rigorous necessary and follow the and slowly inside of their new facility. We here at Tycoon will work with this destroying the same way I destroyed my 1997 Honda Civic back in high school by hotboxing it and dropping a big package on my vision. Samsung is in hot water after it fixes automated content recognition after screenshots are used without proper consent. The lawsuit claims Samsung screenshots multiple times per second and monetize viewing habits through ads. This comes after a string of lawsuits towards other major TV brands spying on Texans. Although those lawsuits didn't end up with restraining orders, except for Hisense, they got one. Samsung hearing is on the 9th, with the actual order expiring on the 19th.
It's day 4 of our CES coverage, and I'll admit it, I'm losing it a bit. I'm more appreciative than mad now. This is evil. You guys want that tech news. Robots. NVIDIA's keynote focused on AI and robotics. Robot cameo. How about everyone else's bots? Qualcomm just unveiled a full robotic tech stack built to power everything from home robots to industrial machines and, of course, humanoids. And were there ever some humanoid bots around the CES show floor this year? LG showed off their toy home robot designed to help with household chores.
Well, that's gonna be the end of this YouTube video, and goodbye.